It's strange how one moment can change the direction of an entire company, an entire community, and even the lives of people who never expected to matter. This story begins with a man people rarely noticed. A single dad named Ryan, 36, soft-spoken, always tired, always doing everything he could to raise his little boy, Ethan. And across the table from him sat a woman who had never struggled a day in her life, Victoria Hale, the CEO of Hale Tech, a name that carried weight everywhere. She dismissed people the way some people dismiss dust on a windowsill, without a second thought. Narrator. But on one unforgettable morning, when Ryan nervously shared an idea he had stayed up all night designing, Victoria didn't even let him finish. She waved him off like he was wasting oxygen. She didn't know then, that the very idea she rejected was the one that would save her company, and everyone working inside it. Narrator. Before we begin this powerful story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to support the channel, Kindness World. Your support helps us continue sharing inspiring stories that remind us how good people still are. Narrator. Ryan never planned to be a hero. He only planned to be a good father. Every morning he woke up at 4 a.m. to prepare breakfast, pack Ethan's school bag, and drop him off before heading to a job he never felt good enough for. He was a junior technician at Hale Tech, smart, creative, but invisible. The kind of guy who fixed things quietly in the background while others took credit. Narrator. Victoria Hale was the opposite. Confident. Sharp. Intimidating. Her shoes clicked with authority across the floor, and people moved out of her way like she was royalty. She wasn't cruel, just cold. Her world was numbers, deadlines, reputation. She didn't believe good ideas came from people like Ryan. Narrator. One afternoon, the company faced a massive crisis. A system failure was threatening to shut down their newest product launch, something investors were watching closely. People panicked. Teams scrambled. Victoria called an emergency meeting. Everyone sat around the long table, tense, stressed, desperate. Narrator. Ryan had an idea. He had actually been working on it quietly for months. A backup protocol, simple, efficient, and capable of isolating the system failure without wiping the entire platform. He raised his hand, his voice soft but steady. I think I have something that might help. Narrator. Victoria barely looked at him. We don't have time for experiments, she snapped, moving on. Ryan lowered his hand, embarrassment flushing his face. A few co-workers glanced at him sympathetically, but no one spoke. Narrator. He went back to his station that night, shoulders heavy. Ethan was already asleep when he got home. Ryan kissed his boy's forehead, whispering, I tried. He knew he wasn't the kind of person people listened to. But he had to keep trying, for Ethan. Narrator. 2 days later, everything fell apart. The system failure escalated. The company's servers crashed one by one. Investors threatened to pull out. The product launch was minutes from catastrophic collapse. Hale Tech was about to lose everything. Narrator. Victoria stood frozen, watching everything she'd built crumble. For the first time, her confident voice was gone. Her team offered ideas, none worked. The room vibrated with panic. Narrator. And then one person whispered, what about Ryan's idea? Narrator. Silence fell. Victoria slowly turned toward him. He was standing near the back wall, unsure if he should even step forward. But she nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. Explain it. Narrator. Ryan stepped up. Hands shaking. Heart racing. But his voice was clear. He explained the protocol, how it could isolate the corrupted segments and restore stability without risking the entire system. The room listened, really listened, for the first time. Narrator. Victoria swallowed her pride and said, do it. Narrator. Ryan rushed to the servers, typing faster than he ever had. His backup protocol engaged, lines of code flashing like hope. The system hiccuped, trembled, then stabilized. One by one, servers lit back up. The product launch saved itself in real time. Narrator. People started cheering. Some even cried in relief. Victoria stepped back, stunned. A single dad, the person she dismissed as insignificant, had saved her company. Narrator. Later that evening, when the chaos settled, Victoria approached him. She didn't walk like a CEO this time. She walked like someone humbled. "Ryan," she said softly, "I owe you an apology." Narrator. He looked down. "You don't owe me anything." Narrator. "Yes, I do," she said. "I misjudged you. And your kindness, the way you never spoke badly about anyone, never bragged, never complained, I see it now. You handled rejection with grace. And today, your kindness and patience saved all of us." Narrator. Ryan didn't know what to say. He had always believed kindness made him look weak in a world that rewarded loud voices and sharp elbows. But here was the most powerful woman he knew, giving credit to kindness. Narrator. Victoria promoted him that same week. Not out of pity, but out of respect. She asked him to lead a new innovations team. Ryan used the opportunity not to rise alone but to lift others who also went unnoticed, quiet workers with brilliant minds and humble hearts. Narrator. Ethan noticed the change too. His dad came home smiling more, standing a little taller, believing in himself in ways he hadn't in years. And when Ethan asked what happened, Ryan said, "Sometimes the world overlooks people who move gently. But kindness always finds a way to shine." Narrator. But the biggest change wasn't Ryan's promotion, it was Victoria's heart. She started walking slower through the halls, acknowledging people she used to ignore. She learned their names. She asked about their families. She listened. Kindness spread through the company like a quiet revolution. Narrator. Months later, at a company event, Victoria spoke on stage. She shared the story of how a single dad saved Hailtech. The entire room gave Ryan a standing ovation, something he would never forget. Victoria ended her speech with words that still echo today: never underestimate the quiet ones. Never underestimate kindness. It may just save you one day. Narrator. And that is why this story matters. It reminds us that kindness is never wasted. Sometimes it's ignored, sometimes it's dismissed, but it never disappears. It grows, it spreads, and it returns at the moment it's needed most. Narrator. So wherever you are, remember Ryan's lesson. Be kind even when no one sees it. Be patient even when no one believes in you. Because kindness has power, quiet, steady, life-changing power. And in a world full of noise, sometimes the softest hearts make the loudest difference. Narrator. Thank you for watching. And may this story inspire you to spread kindness today, tomorrow, and every day after.